Hello everybody!
Hey guys, it's me Joyz. In today's video we are going to talk about bunnies. Easter is coming up next week and I am excited, of course. Easter egg hunts, chocolate. If you're watching this video because you are thinking about getting a bunny for your child for Easter, please stick around to the end of the video because this is going to be a bit of an explanation video. Operation Easter Bunnies. Let's talk about that. I'm a very proud mum to Twiglets, which is my 16-week mini lot bunny. The stereotype of an Easter present would probably be a bunny. Maybe your child wants a pet and you think Easter is the perfect time to get an Easter bunny. I don't blame you because it does sound like a good idea. Bunnies is like the kind of theme for Easter, but really sad thing about that though is that lots of bunnies are abandoned in the wild a week after Easter when your child is bored, and they don't stand a chance because obviously the domesticated rabbits. It's really sad because so many bunnies end up with a really sad life. I'm going to tell you guys the truth about having a rabbit, what it's like. I'm also going to tell you in what circumstances would it be okay to buy a rabbit for your child for Easter and what circumstances it wouldn't. A couple of false facts about bunnies. So number one false fact would be they are easy to care for. This is not true, especially if you've got a house bunny, which I totally recommend. You have to clean them out every other day or every 3 days. Not easy because there's hay everywhere. I've got to hoover every day because the hay gets everywhere. They also have very fragile digestive systems. Next is they are cheap and great first-time pets. Aren't always cheap. They have to get vaccines, which is really important because they can die very easily from certain diseases. They have to be spayed and neutered, which is really important as well. Spaying and neutering costs anywhere from £20 to £200. Twiglet, don't go under there, it's too small. You'll get stuck. No, no. Oh my gosh. My rabbit tried to get into my cupboard. Carrying on. They have quite specialised eating needs. Not always the greatest first time pet. My third point is they live on carrots. This is really not true at all. Lots of people think that rabbits live on carrots. Literally the opposite. A tiny bit of carrot, as in like 2 slices every week. It's just not good for them to have so much sugar. Now I'm going to tell you a few facts that not many people know about rabbits. They do not always like to be cuddled, which is kind of sad because they are so cute and all you want to do is pick them up and cuddle them. They just don't always like it. Stroking, playing, anything like that though, they're fine with it. Do you want the blueberry? 90% of their diet must be hay. Hay is really, really important. It reduces the risk of GI stasis. Their gut stops moving so they don't poo or eat. So they can literally die within 24 hours. Really important that you give them lots of hay. Their teeth never stop growing. This is another reason why they must have lots of hay because it wears them down. They are really clean animals. They don't smell at all. The only thing that would smell is if you leave their litter tray for too long and it starts to smell of wee. A fact that not many people know is that rabbits live from 10 to 15 years. Believe it or not, it is about the same lifespan as a dog, so remember that. Now I'm going to tell you a few reasons why not to get a bunny for Easter. First of all, if you or anyone else in your family suffers from hay fever or rabbit hair allergies, you have no responsible adults or older children in your family that will be willing to look after your rabbit. If you have no space in your house for a bunny, it's important to have enough space for the rabbit to run around. Obviously you can keep them in a hutch outside, but I really wouldn't recommend it because predators, the wind, the rain, snow, if you have snow in your part of the country, sun, if the sun gets onto your rabbit's cage and it gets too hot, they can easily die. And lastly also because you just won't have that same interaction with them that you would in your house. They're part of your family, they're much more like a dog than a animal that just lives outside. That is my say in the deal. You okay, babe? If you have any cats or dogs in your house or any other pets that would hurt the bunny, some breeds are really okay with another rabbit in the house. And lastly, if you have no time to dedicate to a rabbit, because they do take quite a lot of your time in the day, so it's important to be around them to socialise them properly. I also want to consider having 2 rabbits just because it's nice for them to socialise. I only have 1 rabbit because I spend a lot of my time at home because I'm homeschooled, so I can dedicate a lot of my time to my rabbit. These are the very few circumstances that a rabbit for Easter would be okay. If your child is older, probably 12 and over, a child under that probably wouldn't be mature enough to make sure that they're looking after the rabbit properly. Rabbits don't show that they're sick very easily. If you have a younger child, then they won't really notice, and once you notice, it might be too late. I sometimes struggle with handling my rabbit properly just because it's quite difficult. They feel very fragile when you're holding them. A younger child probably wouldn't be able to handle them correctly. If the child has wanted a bunny for a while, I wanted a bunny like a year before I got him. If you have a child who's been wanting a rabbit, showing patience, maturity and responsibility and not give up on them after a few weeks or months, then that's okay as well. So Pets at Home, which is a pet store in the UK, stopped selling rabbits around this time just because of the amount of people that abandon rabbits like a week after Easter, which is really sad. So guys, if you are thinking about buying a rabbit for your child for Easter, please don't impulse buy them if you know that you won't be able to care for them in a matter of the next few weeks. Have a great Easter next week and have a fabulous rest of the day. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video, like the video if you like more videos about Piglet, and I'll see you next week. Bye! 5 top tips for homeschooling.